Evening, everyone. The Bengals came in today for a few meetings, Pro Bowl voting, then set free until Wednesday night at 5 o'clock to get ready for Monday night in Indy. The Bengals have reeled off 4 in a row, while the Colts have dropped 3 in the same stretch. But Marvin knows the road to the playoffs has 3 landmines along the way.
Indy's fighting for their seeding in the playoffs. Denver's fighting for their opportunity and seeding in the playoffs, and so are the Steelers at this point. So we are 3 teams that are fighting for the same thing we are. So we know we're going to get great football games, and so if we want to be the team that we believe we are, we got to go play and win football games.
The Bengals got back to work tonight, getting ready for the Colts on Monday night in Indy. Last year, Indianapolis won that shootout here, 45-37. The Bengals are looking for a little payback, and Rudy, well, at least Rudy's ready to run.
We've been waiting for this game. You know, we felt like we had them last year. You know, we came up a little short. So this year's a new year. You know, man, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a big game, Monday Night Football. You know, say no more. Say no more. Monday Night Football, prime time. You know, they looking for a win, and we're trying to keep our streak going, man. So, I mean, going in there, it's going to be, you know, crazy, hostile environment, but we're going to go in there up for the challenge and ready to play.
Rudy is drooling because Indy gave up 375 yards on the ground last week. Rudy'd like a little chunk of that.
Yeah.
He may get it, too.
He might.
We'll be right back.
Fred.
Well, Kelly Washington hits the injured list after missing 8 games with a hamstring injury. So overcomes rookie receiver Skylar Green off waivers from Dallas. Green's averaging 19.7 yards on 3 kick returns in 2 games for the Cowboys. As the Bengals prepare for the Colts, everyone's quick to say, oh, Indy's vulnerable right now because they've lost 2 in a row. Well, shouldn't that be scary? The Colts haven't lost 3 straight since 2002, Tony Dungy's first season.
It's probably one of the worst things that can happen for the next opponent, for a good football team. I mean, don't get it twisted. Indy is a good, great football team over the years. That's been one of the winningest ball clubs, you know, in football the past 5 seasons. And you got to know as a football player, they're going to be pissed off. They're going to be mad and trying to come back with vengeance and play a pretty good football game.
Defensively, we haven't played well, so it's just up to us defensively to step our game up and being as though the competitors that we do have out there, I think that guys are, take that as a challenge and be ready. And Monday night is no other better stage than to go out there and get the job done.
When the Bengals take on the Colts on Monday, there'll be someone other than Marvin Lewis pacing on the visiting team's sideline, because today the head coach said that he expects David Pollock to make the trip and be on the field with the team for the first time since he broke his neck against the Browns in Week 2. That's some really good news. The bad news is Pollock won't be chasing Peyton Manning. And when you play one of the best quarterbacks in the history of the NFL, you take all the help you can get. No team in the NFL has won more regular season games the last 8 seasons than the Indianapolis Colts. But after a 9-0 start this year, Tony Dungy's team has lost 3 out of 4 games. And an offense that averaged almost 30 points the first half of the season has scored 17 or less in 4 of its last 5.
Regardless of everything you just said, they still have one guy over there that, that's when you play against him, you're going to get his best. So that's Peyton Manning.
I think everybody's disappointed about the last 2 weeks, and hopefully we can use some of that disappointment and frustration and take that into some good weeks of practice and translate it into hopefully a win on Monday.
Manning has been the Colts' one constant. He has an incredible streak of 141 consecutive regular season starts since his rookie year and has thrown for more than 3,000 yards in every one of his 9 seasons. Since Tony Dungy took over 4 years ago, Manning has taken the Colts to 58 wins in 77 games.
He's been the best quarterback in the league for, I don't know how many years. He's probably been in the league for 10 years and been the best for 6, 7, 8 of them.
The guy is one of the reigning MVP of this league, so he's definitely up there as far as one of the best players. But we got to make sure that we go out there and do the things that we're coached to do and execute our game plan.
If the game plan is to get to Manning before he gets the ball downfield, no team has done a very good job of that yet. Manning has only been sacked 14 times this season. That's best in the NFL.
He's not given as much credit as he probably should for avoiding the rush when he needs to, and he does a good job of that. And he has a great sense of the pocket,
and a great sense of what it takes to pick apart a defense. which he did against the Bengals last season when he threw for 365 yards and 3 touchdowns in a 45-37 win at Paul Brown Stadium.
You study film all week and you try to find holes in the defense and try to find ways to exploit the defense, but ultimately your job at the end of the day is to get into the end zone and to score more than them, and it's always been the goal, and that'll certainly be the goal this week.